weed out all the nonsense so you guys don't have to. So hopefully 30 minutes or, well, it should be 30 minutes or less, so all the rest is BS. So today is February 16th, 2026. It is minus 5 degrees Celsius in southwestern Manitoba. That's 41 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys down in the States. And today is Louis Riel Day here in Canada, or as most Canadians now call it, Family Day. Louis Riel Day. A little bit of back history about Louis Riel. He was the founder of Manitoba. Uh, he also led the resistance movement with the Métis people against our first Prime Minister, John A. Macdonald. So that was in 18. Oh, no, sorry. Uh, and then he was actually hung today, February 16th, in Regina, Saskatchewan for treason. And that was in 1885 at the age of 41. So it'll always be Louis Riel Day to me, but for everyone else, you got to remember your heritage. Remember, sorry, he created Manitoba. We can't just destroy that history. It's always going to be Louis Riel Day in Manitoba. And then Canadian news. Canadian government is dealing with some hostility from President Trump as Carney's going to start deferring military contracts back to Canadian military contractors. Uh, you don't know the types of military contractors we have in Canada? Don't worry, we have military contractors. We have General Dynamics Land Systems. We have General Dynamics Mission Systems. We have CAE Montreal, that's a gun manufacturer. I just talked about that on Friday. They produce high precision sniper rifles that are somehow getting into Russians' hands through some US distributors. We got Magellan Aerospace, IMP Aerospace and Defense, MDA Space, Lockheed Martin Canada, uh, Davy Shipbuilding, Seaspan Shipyard, and Herox, DevTech. So there's some of the main Canadian military contractors that we have up here. So be getting some funding for, definitely for sure, out of the Canadian government going that way. So keep it Canadian. Rock on for sure. Oh, and then Manitoba, since we're still here in Manitoba in Canada, Manitoba is dealing with a measles outbreak right now. It's exceeded over 1,000 cases so far right now. But do realize the measles vaccine is a lifetime vaccine. You only need it once unless recommended by another doctor. So if you guys haven't had a vaccine or a measles vaccine, definitely go get it. Doesn't hurt. It's not the COVID shot. It's a guaranteed thing, trust me. We all had it. And this is going to help you with this horrible, horrible virus. And then to Discord. Discord has brought up, it's going to be making some changes in March. There's going to be mandatory age restrictions, and then it'll be automatic teen by default. So if you're an adult user, it's going to automatically claim you as a child or as a teen. New verification methods and age interference model and restricted default settings. And in device, this one really bothers me, Discord. I'm not sure about this. I guess we're gonna have to see how this plays out. But on device facial recognition to verify that you're an adult and that who you say you are. They're saying that this is the facial recognition technology will be strictly on your phone and will not be saved on their servers or other vendors that they use. I don't know, last time some big tech companies said that. I don't know about that. Because I'm doing the news. I don't talk when I'm doing the news. You can say hello and stuff, but I won't talk. And that airspace shutdown in El Paso there, that was interesting. So there must have been a misprint or something like that because they were asking for a 10-day shutdown of total airspace. It is interesting. If you guys go back, you can listen to some audio conversations back and forth with the pilot Even they were in awe. Like airspace is shut down for how long? And then you can hear one pilot. He's like, even air ambulance, and you can hear the tower be like, yeah, even air ambulance, and you can hear the pilot be like, wow, and that's it. It's just like even the pilots are in shock, and there's a lot of pilots who are actually a little bit concerned about what was happening in that airspace. But it really just comes down to military testing out some new layers to take out drones, and it only took about 10 hours. So I could see like maybe it was a typo. They meant to say 10 hours, not 10 days. So could have easily been a typo. I don't know why that hasn't been brought up. Like that's what I would have said. It just makes total sense. But the military seems to be done, and border security seems to be done, and flights have resumed as normal. And then back to the F-35s. You guys know how much I love those F-35s that are coming out of the States. Ooh, wow. And so now they're shouting back, saying that these F-35s will, the 17 next 1730 F-35s will be delivered with this new APG-85 radar. Because there was some news that I covered earlier stating that some of these aircraft have been delivered without this radar, and they would have to add ballast for the aircraft to fly properly. Everything's weighted, right? So, hey there, fans. Hey, Carrie. Uh, so yeah, they're saying that when's that planned delivery? There was no date on that planned delivery, but I think it's supposed to be by the end of this year. But they're saying 17 jets. I don't think that's going to be happening. I don't think that's going to be happening. And the oh, and who announced this? Yeah, the source stating that earlier, was it last week or the week before, stating that the radar systems were not in that aircraft, uh, could be could just be false news. But by the sounds of it, it does not have, the new ones do not have this radar. A twofer. Uh, Back to U.S. debt here. Oh man, it's not looking good for it for the U.S. right now. With the fiscal budget already reaching a critical high, and it's only like we're not even into March yet here, you guys, and like this 31 trillion, and it's higher than that. I had already requoted this at 32.6 trillion dollars over debt, and this is going to rise another around 106%. They're thinking over the next year, and then by the end of well, I don't want to say it, but by the time Trump ends his term or continues on with this term, you're looking at the U.S. deficit possibly reaching an extra 120% per year, which could result in some form of recession or some type of economic downturn. So I don't know. People, instead of buying gold or selling your gold and silver, keep it. You might need it. Hey, what's up, Whisper? Okay, China news. Canada has dropped visa requirements for all Canadian tourists now. So now you don't have to file out the applications, you don't have to pay the $140 registration fees. And this is in due a part that Canada or China is starting to open up their tourist uh, broaden their tourist horizons, bringing in tourists and bringing up economy that way. So that'll be good. But like any country, be respectful. Try and be your country when you're in another country. Don't be disrespectful by any means, because you will pay the price. Like YouTuber there in Philippines, which he's been released now, but I don't see anything really happening with him. Anyone who follows that goof deserves the same punishment. Back over to the UK. UK Prime Minister is Ken Stormer. There is or Keir Stormer. is asking European countries to get more involved with NATO. Uh, uh, so Kier is making some deals with Germany as a trade organization. They're going to start trading military weapons back and forth. This could be good between the two countries, and it's going to pull their reliance a little bit more away from just the United States. So broaden their horizons. There's lots of countries you can get weapons and military gear from, and I don't know why everyone seems like we have to get from the US. And then don't forget about updates on US weapons. You always have to pay for your updates. And then some old news from 2 weeks ago with the Ori Solomon. Couldn't find really much what was happening with him. He's got gun charges. They're trying to figure out what to charge him with his biolab still. Uh, and some other charges as well, illegal firearms possession. But that's pretty much all that I found with that's going on with that case. But I did find something about Jesse Zhao, sorry, Jesse Zhu. Uh, there's still an ongoing case with him. He's in custody in California and has been in custody since 2023. But there's still an ongoing case that hasn't been resolved here in Canada out of BC. And that this case, it's worth around $270 million of fraudulent items that medical items that this Jesse had sold to, by the looks of it, provincial government, but really it comes down to federal government because, like I said, or Canada's healthcare is countrywide, unless you live in Quebec. That's a totally different story. I'm a cat on the fence. I nor support anybody. I think it's all a big joke, to tell you the truth. So that's pretty much it for news that's worthwhile. I'm not going to talk about Epstein stuff, as you all know. No drama. I won't talk about that thing that happened in BC. I won't do gun violence stuff. Um, and some of the protest stuff that's going on, I will not cover. It's out of my realm and out of my my view, my view pay grade. But let's get down to things that happened today, February 16th. In 1959, Fidel Castro became Prime Minister of Cuba. Shout out to Fidel. Shout out to Justin Trudeau. And I almost slipped. I almost called him just a dildo. And then in 1659, the first check was ever written. 1659, the first ever written check. Yeah, yeah, write it on paper. Like, what a concept, eh? And now people are like, what's a check? What's a check? Can I just e-transfer you? There's some history that's going to be lost to time for sure. When was the first check ever written? Oh, nobody's going to know what a check is, so nobody's going to have to look it up. And then 1840, Charles Wilkes discovered the Shackleton ice shelf in Antarctica. And if you guys don't know, the ice shelf lately has been some pretty big news. There was a guy who had his Starlink actually confiscated while he was down in Antarctica filming, live streaming, and he had happened to capture a quite a good view of this ice shelf. So, and it's interesting that they confiscated his Starlink for that, and they actually shut down all the internet to that ship after he had done that. So, yeah, he didn't really get in trouble, but everyone had to pay the price on that ship for that. No one had internet service after that. And then in 1923, they discovered Tutankhamun's sarcophagus. But me doing some research on this, uh, they said they found it in a tomb underneath one of the pyramids. Um, well, just to let you know, there was never any mummies found in any tomb. They were all found outside of tombs in other places. There's never a mummy found in. There was never in the Sphinx. There was never a mummy in there. In all the pyramids, there was never a mummy found in there. There is no relation. There's never been any type of human DNA or any type of anything that would suggest that there has been a person put there or a body put there. But fun fact, eh? And then today's birthdays. It's Ice-T's birthday. Yeah, he's 68. What TV show was he on? Where he played a cop. Pretty good. Ice-T. Good transition from musician, rapper to on screen. That's pretty good. John McEnroe, famous tennis player, the Angry McEnroe. He's 67 today. Oh man, that'd be one guy to party. You guys ever watch Deeds, Mr. Deeds, the tennis player? That's McEnroe. And then to Canadian, Abel Tesfaye. Abel Tesfaye is 36, and if you don't know who Abel Tesfaye is, he's the guy who's The Weeknd. Yeah, Blinding Lights. Is that his song? Something like that. Yeah, The Weeknd is his birthday, and he's 36. I thought he was a little bit older than that. He's just a young guy. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the news today. To read some of the comments. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. I think things got a little too simple. But if you want to stick around, I'll talk about anything else that I won't talk about on this. Like, I'll get into news I won't talk about and even conspiracy theory stuff. But if you guys are watching, don't forget to hit the like button. You don't have to subscribe, but subscribing helps. I'd like to get up to 1,000 subscribers before I swap this over to its own separate channel. And then I can start flowing you guys over there. But like I said, I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30. That's 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time, and 30 minutes or less. No drama, no BS, all the facts, all the stuff that you should probably know that's going to affect us globally or in the trade markets and stuff like that. And yeah, see, no drama, no bloodshed. So yeah, see you. I don't know. See you guys tomorrow. Or if you guys want to stick around, give me about 10 minutes, 10, 13 minutes, and I'll go do that with you guys after. We'll talk about some other things. Okay. Peace out. You guys have a good week if you don't pop in tomorrow.